Donald Trump.
All right, Arzu, stay on with us. We have more news coming in. Now, on his Truth Social account, US President Donald Trump has announced 100% tariffs on any branded or patented pharmaceutical product unless a company is building their pharmaceutical manufacturing plant in America. The tariffs are set to be implemented from 1st October 2025, and the president also unveiled a 25% tariff on heavy-duty trucks and a 50% levy on kitchen and bathroom cabinets. Arzu, take us through the details are coming in terms of this.
Well, what we're getting to know that once again, 100% tariff will be imposed on any brand or patented pharmaceutical products imported into the U.S. unless the company is building. And if the construction has begun, the import would be exempted from the tariff. But yes, the announcement was made by Truth Social, where Donald Trump has posted on Truth Social stating that October 1st, 2025 we will be imposing a 100% tariff on any branded or patented pharmaceutical product unless a company is building their pharmaceutical manufacturing plant in America. And its building will be defined as breaking ground and or under construction. In fact, he further added that there will therefore be no tariff on these pharmaceutical products if construction has started. So definitely this has been made clear that 100% tariff on the branded pharmaceutical products if it is not based on America. So the idea is clearly to force force the pharmaceutical companies to relocate or expand production within the U.S. to avoid tariff penalties.
All right. Arzu, stay on with us. I also have with me Dr. Sharad Kohli, senior economist, joining me on the telecast. Dr. Sharad Kohli, good morning to you. And in terms of this impact, when we're talking about Trump, this 100% tariff, what do you think would be the impact on the Indian pharma exports, especially when we know that when we're talking about US, it's the largest market for Indian drug makers, especially in the affordable generic medicine space. Obviously, this is directed mainly at branded and patented drugs, but in the entirety of it, would there be any impact or not?
Good morning, Ria, and good morning to the viewers of NewsX. I think another detrimental move, I would say, on part of President Trump on India and some of the European countries as well. Well, we export about $11 billion worth of drugs to US. It's one of the largest markets for us. But fortunately, the branded drugs form only about 15 to 20% of that, which is we're looking at about $2 to $3 billion. As far as branded drugs are concerned, companies like Sun Pharma, companies like Zydus, companies like Dr. Reddy's and all that would be impacted who are importing branded drugs to the US. Well, as far as generic drugs are concerned, about 40% of US is dependent on generic drugs being supplied from India at this point of time. And even a tariff, 100% tariffs on the branded drugs are going to impact the programs like Medicare, Medi-Aid, which are insurance programs which run for the US citizens. It is important to note, Ria, that US is also importing branded drugs from countries like France, Belgium, Switzerland, and a lot of other places in the US, in fact, some from Japan as well. So I'm not sure what President Trump is up to, because he says if you set up factories here, you would probably exempt. And, in the Truth Social post, if you look at it, finally, you would find that he's also imposed tariffs on heavy trucks, on kitchen cabinets and upholstered furniture. So I think he's just hell-bent on making sure that these factories are set up in... Little does he know that at this point of time, it's not easy to set up factories in the US because of the material and labor costs. They are so high for skilled and unskilled labor both. In fact, unskilled labor is hardly available. Skilled labor is about $40 an hour. So I'm not sure what President Trump is up to, because this is going to phenomenally, raise the cost of medical treatment in the US. I think this is a suicidal kind of step as far as US medical aid is concerned, or medical health care is concerned. As far as India is concerned, well, the impact would be about, as I said, $2 to $3 billion for now. Some drug companies would be impacted undoubtedly. But, this coinciding with President Trump's meeting with Shahbaz Sharif and Asif Munir, when he calls, I love Pakistan. Now, I'm wondering if all our efforts and all our deliberations to keep windows open for trade talks, how far they would yield, because he is taking one step after the other. Then first was the Chabahar port, then H-1B visas, now branded drugs, when he knows India is the pharmacy of the world. So, all the sweet talks that he's doing about India do not seem to be reflecting in his actions, Riya.
And one more final question to you, Dr. Sharad Kohli, is the announcement also included a 25% tariff on heavy trucks and 50% on kitchen cabinets and related products. When we're talking about the global markets, Asia Pacific markets opened in red after President Trump's fresh tariff announcement, as well as South Korea's Kospi index edged at 1.9% lower, and Japan's Nikkei also 225 was down 0.3%, and Australia's ASX also 200 was down 0.3%. So in terms of this, what exactly is your assessment, how the market is reacting to this?
Well, obviously the market is not very happy with the companies which are listed in these markets are the companies which supply. For example, I named from India Sun Pharma, Zydus, Cadila, and so on. So, these are the companies which do export to US, and they are listed in the stock markets. There's investors' money, already in there. So the markets are not reacting very positively to the steps taken. This is pretty much same as the tariff level, and the tariffs are 100%. Basically, what he's trying to say is he's trying to put an embargo on the imports. In other words, you say don't bring your drugs into America. But the billion-dollar question is, does America have alternate arrangements? Because you should go and ask American people. This is eventually going to cost the citizens of the country. I have a very strong feeling, Riya, that America is in for recession. America is in for very high inflation. America is in for lack of jobs. America is in for closure of small businesses. I think all this is going to aggravate in America. Not that it's not already there, it's already there, but the situation is going to become more aggravated from here, and this is a recipe for disaster, I would say, Riya.
All right, Dr. Sharad Kohli and Arzu, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. Meanwhile, viewers, that's a wrap for the bulletin. We'll slip into a short break. Don't go anywhere.